Hello, excuse me. Hello, YouTube. How you doing? This is Dan at Zombie Nation. I am enjoying a couple days of relaxation. It's been a pretty rough 2 or 3 weeks, so I've decided to come out here to the campground. Pretty much have the whole place to myself. I'm enjoying some Cult, Blood Red Moon, and some Bullet Bourbon. Pretty good combo. Sorry, moving the camera around. A lot of people, at least several people I know, don't exactly like Cult Blood Red Moon. But I find it quite enjoyable. That cherry, chocolatey, goodness. I'm having trouble keeping it lit. Using my handy dandy U.S. Air Force lighter. I know I promised everybody, I said I would start doing some stories about the Air Force. I'm having a hard time figuring out what ones to say because I don't find it. I don't think people find what I did that interesting. Some people seem to. So let me start back at basic training. I entered basic training down at Lackland Air Force Base on March 18th, 1992. That's right, early 90s. The Gulf War was just getting, they were pretty much winding it down. Not much going on in the world. So I decided to join. I had one of the highest ASVAB scores in the state, possibly the country. Don't mean to brag, I got really lucky on that. For you guys that don't know, the ASVAB is the Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery. It is a number of tests, a series of tests to see what you'd be best at, what they should spend their money on training you in. They don't want to give somebody a job that's highly mathematical when they're really bad at math, that type of thing. So, so I decided to be an Intel guy. Sounded really smart to me, or fun to me. I was imagining James Bond and those big underground layers with the big flashing lights and the hot phones and all that good fun stuff. So I got to basic training March 18th. Got to say, basic training wasn't too bad. A lot of yelling, a lot of push-ups, sit-ups, running, marching all over the place. And when I say marching, it's not, nice slow pace. It's fast. When I got there, the Rose Parade down in San Antonio is going to be coming up in about 3 weeks. And they needed people for their drum and bugle corps to play in the Rose Bowl, in the Rose Parade. So I volunteered because I've been playing trumpet for quite a while. And I got in the drum and bugle corps. So that put me from week 0, day 1, to day just about 15. My basic was about 3.5 weeks long, maybe 4. Sounds pretty simple. All you're doing is walk around playing a trumpet all day. But in reality, it made it a little bit tougher because we had to do everything everybody else had to do in a compressed time. A lot of the kids there had issues and problems. Some were crying at night. They weren't used to being in a stressful environment like that. I probably wouldn't have either, but when I got in, I was 26. Been married for 2 years. So I was used to people yelling at me. But basic training kind of went off without a hitch. I did get strep throat and double pneumonia. So I went from 168 pounds to 148 pounds in about 3.5 weeks. Had several health issues down there. Anyway, get done with basic training. I was off to lovely, beautiful, sunny Fort Devens, Massachusetts for my training. It was an old Army base that they were shutting down, turning over to the Guard, maybe Reserve. One of the highlights of my stay there was that the dormitories, the buildings we stayed in for sleeping and stuff, were going to be converted into a minimum security prison. So while I was there, the prison officials and stuff went through where we lived at to make sure they were okay for the prisoners. Turns out they weren't. They did not meet prison standards. Guess it was okay for America's airmen, but not for America's prisoners. I thought that was really funny. But anyway, I was there from April till end of December, right after Christmas. It was a pretty long tech school. Had to learn quite a few things. Again, nothing really eventful there. I became a student leader, which is a trainee who gets a little more, I wouldn't say authority, but they're asked to help out, to keep people in line, to do roll calls, to march the students back and forth from school, all that good fun stuff. Did the local 4th of July parade when I was down there. We weren't playing music, we were just marching in it. All the services were represented at that school: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Marine guys got all the Air Force women. Fortunately for me, I was married, and I got to stay off base with my wife because the school was so long. After the school, I wanted so bad to go to Alaska. So, where'd they send me? Hawaii. Don't get me wrong, Hawaii was great. Had a great time the first year there. But the next couple years, every relative I knew of, and some I didn't even know of, would call up, "Hey, we're thinking about coming to Hawaii. Can we stay at your place?" Wasn't bad. The only problem was we had a little 1-bedroom apartment. There was a little hole in the wall, and we didn't mind people staying there. But it got a little cramped after a while, and it was person after person after person after person after person. Quite a few folks went through there. But about the last 2 years, we moved from Waikiki, or I'm sorry, Waimanu? Oh, Waikalani. We moved from Waikalani to a place called Hilamano, which was it was Army housing, but it was off base. So it was a bunch of just houses and stuff. We moved into our first little military housing unit there. It was nice. It was 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs. Then downstairs was a living room, entryway, kitchen, and a half bath. Pretty cool. So when people came to visit us out there, no big deal. Got to see the Arizona Memorial more times than I'd ever thought I would. And each and every time, I got a chill going out there, thinking of all those people. And I was lucky enough to have my first re-enlistment on the Arizona Memorial. Got pictures of that somewhere. But anyway, that's the first part to my little story. Hopefully the rest get better. I'm sure a couple of them will. I had some pretty interesting jobs in the military. One of them's probably going to take up a long time to explain and to talk about. But again, I am smoking my refurbished Custombilt, did it myself. Some Cult Blood Red Moon. Drinking some Bullet Bourbon. And relaxing. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.